Hello, welcome to Nugget of Peace Crochet. This is a brand new YouTube channel, and I will refer you back to my introduction where I introduce myself and some of the things that I like to make. But today's videos is about my whips. Whips mean work in progress. In the crochet world, that's what we call things that we start and don't finish. And I thought I have about maybe a dozen or so. So I went all over my house to all the nooks and crannies and look for all those things that I have started either over the years or the last 4 years. And I bought all of them. They're all here. And today I'm going to go over them and what my plan is to finish them. Because I thought I have bought a dozen. When I look, I found 20 items that I started and never finished. I mean, that I was an awe about. I felt a little bit scattered all that and not clearly this is like you're not organized enough to finish your stuff, all those negative thoughts that goes through your head. Today we're not having none of that. We're going to come up with a plan, and I will tell you what my plan is to at least tackle some of this stuff and get them completed and hopefully list them on my shop, because that was one of the point of have starting things to actually put them on my shop and sell them or for myself, but never got done. So today, this video is about this. But before we start, we are going to honor God by reading the verse of the day. Stay tuned. Today, our verse of the day is 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 18. And it goes like this: Give thanks in all circumstances, for this is the will of God for you in Jesus Christ. Amen. This is a great reminder to be thankful, to keep negative thoughts away from our head, and no matter what happened, to give thanks to God, to find a reason to thank God. So this is one of my favorite verses, and I really strive hard to apply to my life, to give thanks to God no matter what, because it is God's will. Okay, so
Amen
we
to
are
that.
going to now present you all my whips. Now, they are in no particular orders because it would take too long to figure out which one I started first or anything like that. So I'm just going to pull them, as they come and show you what they are and give you a little information about them. Not too much because we don't want this video to be 2 hours long. Okay, so the very first one I have here is this floor here. As you can see, this is the sister to this one. I made this one some years ago and I love it. It's a snowflakes blanket, and I'll put the name of the designer. It was a YouTube video that I followed and I absolutely love it. But as you can see, the color is green, it's more Christmassy. I wanted one that is more neutral so I can have it at least on in my living room throughout the winter. So this is why I started this one. And you can see it's sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but this reminds you of like fresh snow, which we just had a snow. Yesterday we had snow, so this reminded me of it. And as you can see, this is almost done. And I went back to see when I started this. When I look at my on my phone, because I always take a picture of my whip with the hook size. That's one way to remember what I started with. So it's a great tips if you're gonna do a project. Take a picture. You can also keep a project book and write them down. But for me, a picture is the best way. So I took a picture, and the picture was dated back June 2021. This is almost 5 years. We're in 2025 now. So June 2025, this would be 5 years in the making. So really have to finish this because as you can see, it's a big size. And when I counted how much I have to still left done, I only have 9 more hexagon to do. So why it took 4 years to get 9 hexagon done, no idea. So this is gonna be on the high priority pile of things to
I
get done.
have
This. This here is the Persian tiles. I don't know if you are familiar with Jane Crawford. She's an English crochet designer and she does the most amazing tiles. And she has this Persian tile Afghan that have been going crazy over. It's been on for a while now, and a lot of people are making it. There's a Facebook, And so I decided to make it. It comes as a kit. I believe it's Mary Maxim that sells the kit, and the kit, it goes from 50 when it's on sale to about $70. Of course, I crochet on the budget. I wasn't gonna spend that much money, and I have a lot of yarn on the other side of this room. I have tons of yarn, so I decided I was gonna do my own coloring, and that's what the problem started with this one, because I did this one and I added the sides and everything, and then I showed it to my husband. He was like, "Ew, I don't really like those colors." So then that put a doubt in my mind. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's a little bit on the dark side, so maybe I'll do it again. So then I went in this side. Okay, so this I like a lot better. It's a little bit brighter, but you know how we're so critical of everything that we do. I don't know for you, but I'm hypercritical when it comes to my crochet stuff. I look at this and I don't like this. For some reason, I thought this green color in the middle is too jarring. I should probably have put something lighter and all this. So this became a whip because I'm having decision paralysis. I can't figure out what colors I want. Probably should have put that, design them on the color them with pencils and figure out what exactly combination I like. So this is why this became a whip, because I just can figure out what colors I want. But I really want to finish this. So I am gonna sit down and put together the tiles and finish this. Obviously, this is gonna become a pillow, but I actually want the blanket. It's a big size blanket like this, so really want to do it. Okay, on that same bag, I have this. This is an Afghan simpler book. I have wanted to have an Afghan simpler blanket. What an Afghan simpler is you make different squares of different stitches and you attach them together. I just have to tell my girl here to be quiet. Hey, you have to be quiet, okay? So those Afghan, they are very expensive. Again, crochet on the budget. I don't want to order a whole kit. I believe it's Annie's Afghan kit. That once a month they send you a block and you make it. First of all, I can't commit to that. I'm too busy to have a once a month thing come to my house and try to do it. But also, I have a lot of yarn. I want to use my yarn. So I started this. I bought this book on Amazon. It was about $6.99. It's making, look at them, some of this. This is beautiful. This is making an Afghan kit on a budget. And I started it. I have this pink yarn, as you can see. I'm a pink girl. I love pink. They have been sitting in my stash forever. So I started making them. So this is one of the square. This is the other one. This is like a puff textured square. And this is a plain single crochet square. There is about 35 squares in the book, and my aim is to do all of them. But for some reason, after doing the first five, got distracted, and this became a whip. This I think I started this last year, and I did only 4 squares. So really need to get back into the square making and finish this. All right. So on the couch here, I have another work in progress. This was started this year. I know that hasn't been too long. Um, this is a row counter. I use that to count. It's very easy to keep track of your rows. So far, it's a doll. I want to make the doll from the Lulu Crochets book. And I have a head done, one leg, and half a leg done. So I have the socks. So I really need to put the two legs together and get going here. So the head is done. That's the biggest part. The body is not a lot. So don't know why. Again, I have not gone back to finish this because I wanted to give my other doll. If you watch my previous video, you'll see that other doll. I want to give her a friend, and this is her friend that is still sitting in the bag, not completely done. Next, I have the granny square. This is all in one granny square from Red Heart. I did figure out how to make them. I did all the granny square. I love this color. And then I've done them all, and I'm kind of stuck about what to do with them. Should I make a pillow? Should I make a baby blanket? You know, so this became a whip just because I don't know what to do with them. I love making all the squares. It was wonderful. If you want to review about the all-in-one granny square, I'll be more than happy to review the yarn with you. I did figure out how to make all of them, so it lives in this bag here because indecision. I don't know what to make with them now that I have completed all the squares. Next, I have this cute little bag here, and this project was started last spring. I do remember because my thought was to make a spring blanket and with little puff flowers in the middle. So I made about three squares, and all the flowers were going to be different colors, just like spring. So I have the little flowers down. I was going to do this assembling line side, the little flowers, and then put all of them together. Look at this, it's gorgeous. And something must have come along as usual because I think my number one issue with having so many unfinished objects is being distracted, and it doesn't take a whole lot for me. And then on this side here, I have this gigantic granny square. This is from Bernard Blanket. I wanted to make a big throw for my bed, something that will cover. My bed is a king size, so I have all the yarn. Went out and bought all the yarn. Super big. Cover for my bed, something that my hubby and I can snuggle under for the winter. I got one square done and became super boring because I'm thinking if I have to make a queen size, a king size bed, going back and forth like that, it's so my thought on this will be to maybe make four or five gigantic square and sew them together so I won't be so bored going around and around and around. It is to be seen. I may give up the whole idea after one thing. This is the what do you call them? The hexagon granny that's been going around, and I started to make it. Half of it is done. Let's just try it on. So I got a good half of it done, and I was gonna leave this extra so I can do ribbing. So I just need to do the other half and then put the ribbing in. But I think what stopped me from finishing it is the sleeve. I don't like those huge sleeve. And with the hexagon granny, you tend to end up with big sleeves, which is not my personal style. So I was thinking about undoing this up to this level and start kind of reducing the stitches so the sleeves won't be ballooning out like this. But I mean, this is a beautiful color. It is the puzzle yarn from Premier Yarn. It's big, so it should be done quickly. The reason why this end up on the whip cemetery is because the sleeve, I need to kind of figure out when to start decreasing the sleeve. So by the time it reaches, it makes my body width, the sleeve will be tapered like this because I don't like big sleeves. I'm a short person, and having a big chunky cardigan with balloon sleeve, I think it's just gonna be like overwhelming for my body size, at least for my personal style. So this is why this is in this bag forever, and I need to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do with this. And then next, I have this is a scarf. It's a color black scarf, and I don't even remember where I got this pattern from. I think it's from actually I think it's from Bag O' Day. It's the mix cluster stitch, I want to say, and it's sparkling. And look at all these beautiful colors. You can imagine this being around your neck and looking so beautiful. I've got a pretty good length on this. I don't know why I stopped. Again, I have no idea why. I start thing, get to a good level, and stop. I did color control this because, again, in my perfectionist mind, I can't stand big color break. Color break is when the yarn stop right in the middle, and then and then the new colors start. As you can see, mine stopped right here. So if I don't have enough, I cut it and finish with the color before I start the new color. Again, that's my personal style. Some people don't mind, but when I look at them, it just bothers my eyes. If it's not symmetrical, it bothers my eyes. So this needs to be done. There's no reason this is not done. It's winter time. This will look beautiful and versatile on a lot of outfit to bring up your outfit. This needs to be done and listed in my Etsy shop. All right, next I have a bunch of whips sitting in this stub here. Oh my gosh. I discovered it in one of my closets and I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, so anyway, let's come clean about that. First one, this. This is a wearable that I started. Uh, if you look at my Afghan kit, when I did the Afghan kit, I really enjoyed one of the stitch. So I decided to make a wearable out of it. Look at this. This is beautiful. This will look beautiful. And summertime, and it's Kabu yarn, so it's gonna be lightweight. And I started this in the summer last year. For some reason, never went back to finish the panel and get it done. I could have won this last year. I don't know why. I think I was making the Happy Place T-shirt. Again, go to my other video, you'll see that. And for some reason, this got put on the side. Next, I have a shawl. This is as much as I got done with it. I love the color. It's the lion brand yarn. It's a tiny little yarn, and I think probably that's why the reason I remember working for this for hours, and this is all I got done. So I put it on the side. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this. Next, I have an amigurumi. I call this Lemmy. I don't know what happened to Lemmy. Part of the face got done, and I think all of these are bubbles, bubble or triple stitch, and they kind of drove me crazy a little bit. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I have to do the whole thing like that. So after I embroidered the eyes, did the mouth, Lemmy's just sitting here. So I do need to go work on Lemmy and finish Lemmy up. All right, next on this, I have another scarf because scarf are my thing. I love making scarf to wear, and because I'm thinking you don't have a long road to go. But the thing is, with scarf, you gotta go on the length, and something like that would be about 100 of rows to do. So this one, I really love this. Let me bring this closer. This is the star stitch. It's a very pretty stitch. And this was also made with the Kabu yarn. I think I wanted a lightweight scarf. And I love this, except again, I noticed a hole here. Now, I was doing I was on a good way to finishing this until I saw this. And again, I really have to stop being a perfectionist because this bothered me so much. And the thought of having to undo all those little stars just to go over there to fix that little hole, I don't know what happened. I must have skipped a stitch. That was the undoing. This is why this is have ended in the whip pile because I can't I can't stomach having to go back and finishing because of that little. But I do need to do it if I want the scarf. I need to go back and finish this. All right, and then I have this here. Now this was a while back. I think this is as old as the other blanket, if not older, or maybe around the same time. This is almost 4 years old. This was supposed to be a vest, okay? And it's made with red heart yarn. Oh, and this is the color pulling. Again, I don't know if you remember, there was a time color pulling was a big hit in the crochet world, and this is so beautiful. I thought about I'll make a vest, right? and border it with doodle color and black, and this will be so cute, kind of timeless pieces. And don't know what happened. I mean, color pulling involves a lot of undoing your stitch to make sure to create the pattern. And for some reason, this got into the whip pile. I still have a big ball of yarn, and I have more, so I really can do this. Don't know why this is still sitting here, because I really enjoy it and I love the colors. And then next, I have this baby blanket that lives in here. This is from Bonnie Bay Crochet. Got the name right this time. And it's a beautiful textured blanket. Oh, because if you know Bonnie Bay, she does a lot of cabling. And this was one of the, I think she calls this one the Abigail blanket. And look at those stitches. You have owl stitch going on. You have, I believe, the Celtic knot. It's like an Irish term. And then you have no row of single crochet. And I don't know why this is not done, because I love this. I love the colors. This is made with cotton yarn, so it's gonna be very lightweight. And maybe I should make this into a shirt. Now that I'm looking at it, it looks very cute as a shirt instead of a baby blanket. This is cotton weight. It's cotton yarn, so it's not gonna overheat or anything. And I really want to finish this. This is so beautiful and should not be in a week sitting somewhere. I don't know what happened again. Why didn't I finish this? And I don't know when I started it. Okay, last in that bag. Huh, okay, I see. Okay, okay. This is not crochet. This is for cross stitching. Okay, because crochet sometimes hurts your wrist. So especially, I also work at a desk job. You know, I'm a nurse, but I do insurance stuff. So I'm on the computer a lot typing. So after working hours on the computer and sometimes to crochet, it is causing sometimes pain, and I have to rest my hand because there's something called repetitive motion injury. You do not want to deal with that because that's going to put your crochet out for a long time. So because of that, you know, I do wear a brace when I crochet just to support my wrist. I picked up cross stitching, and there goes my whip. Okay, this is supposed to be a mouse carrying a flower. This is as much as I done. And the for me personally, the issue with cross stitching is number one, you can't be watching TV while you do it because you gotta pay attention. And then number two, it takes forever. This is, I mean, one day I spent almost 5 hours working, and this is all that got done. So I do want to go back to it. I mean, I have all the thread, and I even have the book. I went as far as getting the book. Let me see if I have it here. I will show you the book that I got this little cross stitch from. Okay, there it is. This was, again, it was on sale. It was one of those clearance sales at Hobby Lobby. No, I have both the digital copy and I bought the digital first. I think I bought it for about $10, and then Hobby Lobby was having their yearly sale, big sales, and this was $4.99. So I bought it again. And this is what this is supposed to be. So this is supposed to be this one here. So all I have is the little flower, not even fully done. But I am going back to it because sometimes I need a break. And if you crochet, please take care of your hands. They are a livelihood and you need them. If you want to crochet for any amount of time, find something else that does not involve the wrist. If you need, sometimes it helps, you know, because you use different muscles for knitting versus crochet. But sometimes it's just plain break. Don't do anything. Take a couple of days. Don't do anything. All your weights will be there waiting for you when your hand heals. All right. Next we have this basket. It is full of whip things that I started again. Don't know why they're not done. Oh wait, so first I have this um beautiful basket weave scarf. It's the puzzle yarn again. That's one of my favorite yarn. I do like it, and I love the dark colors, very masculine scarf. I thought maybe I would do a beautiful scarf and hat set that can go for a man. Could go from women too, because I think some women do sometimes like those dark colors. But beautiful. I've got a good amount done and hit the brakes. Not sure why, but I was planning on making a hat and a scarf set. I even started the hat. I think I have put up the hat somewhere on my yarn over there. But this is yet another whip. Not done. Not sure why. And then looking at this basket, I found another whip. This. So these are rosebud earrings. For some reason, I have done all the little roses and I've done the little flower that go right underneath it. Let me see if I have one that I can show you. One that I actually attached. And all I had to do was to attach them and then put the earrings backing on them. So not sure again what happened. Did I just forget about it? Oh, obviously did. But this is what one looks like. And it's supposed to go right here. Let's see. Right there. So they are very beautiful. And I really should be finishing them because there's no reason. I use thread, um, Aunt Lydia's thread to make them. And then I got this whip. I mean, oops, a couple of squares are falling off. I had extra squares I made, and I wanted to make like a fall bed scarf for my bed. And I have already did a good amount of squares, attached them and everything. And because I love the solid granny, the solid square, granny square. I like the how they seem to create a pattern on their own. And I hit the brake on this. This, oh, I know, these yarns were all Dollar Tree yarn. And that was my plan to make a bed scarf out of the premier Dollar Tree yarn exclusively. So I've got all the colors. This was when they first came out, and the colors were just beautiful. I this time I didn't have color paralysis. I put them together, and my plan was to repeat it, make it long, and then just kind of lay it on my bed when I make my bed with pile. Don't know why this is not finished. I had a few squares. I mean, I can count at least 4 squares that I have done since then. The blue one, I think I didn't like. I thought it was odd. But everything else, I've done them. And all I have to do is to put them together. I probably need to do more squares if I want it to be long enough to make a bed scarf. But so, what is my plan with all this? Because, like I said, it's overwhelming just to think about all of them. So, this is what I'm planning on doing. Years ago, we saw a financial person because we wanted to kind of get in one process that she mentioned. It's called debt stacking, where you like stacking on top of each other. And what she was saying to do is to start with the lowest debt, something that you can easily pay it off, and then move on, move up the ladder until you get rid of all your debt. So I am calling this whip stacking. I want to do that, say, apply that same process to all my whips. Basically, start with the one that are almost done, like this one here that only has like 9 hexagon to put in and then put a border, and give myself about 2 months to finish it. I could probably do it in 1 month, but I have to be reasonable about how much time I have because I work full time and I have a job and a half actually, because I also teach. I don't know if if you watch my first video, I do teach at a local university. I teach nursing. I take my students into the hospital and teach them hands-on nursing. But it's not just that. They have care plans, they have assignments, and I have to correct them. And this year I have 8 students, so whatever I give them is 8 times of that I need to correct. So my time for crocheting has shrunk. I'm down to a couple of hours. So if I think I'm gonna do this in 1 month, it's unreasonable, and I'm not gonna stress myself over this. Crochet is supposed to be enjoyable. So web stacking is to start with the things that you reasonably can get done in the 2 months. So 2 months from now, you hold me accountable. I will come back and show you the finished object. So this is the first thing I'm gonna tackle. And then after those 2 months, I'm gonna evaluate everything I have and see what else I can reasonably do in 2 months. This is gonna be for the year 2025 that I want to finish this. That doesn't mean I'm not gonna start anything new, because that will take all the joy out of crochet. So on that note, I am going to say goodbye to you. And again, thank you for clicking on my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And my little co-host here say goodbye.